how's it going? I'm out here at the waterfall. Oh, kind of a little noisy. Let me turn that off. It's just a pump that's running that waterfall. And what we're talking about is water, like we were talking about in the Psalms. I mean, water, well, it's important. We need it to drink. We need it to water our plants. Need water for cleaning up. Need water for baptism. It's very important. And you know what? It's kind of our responsibility to take care of it. We got to make sure we don't pollute it and don't waste it, because God put all this water here. And you know what? That's it. We've only got all the water that's here. So we got to be careful with it. But you know something's interesting? All the fresh water, in the lakes and the ponds and the rivers and streams, they all actually flow into the ocean. So how do we get that fresh water again? I got an idea. Why don't you join me in the kitchen? Alrighty, so you want to know how to make rain at home? This is kind of like how God does it, but it gives us an idea. You need a few things. You're going to need a big bowl. This is going to be our ocean. Oops. A little bowl. That's going to be our lake. Some plastic wrap. An ice block. Make it cold. Did I do the salt already? If I didn't, salt. And something to stir with. Oh. And we need some hot water. Oh, Luna's coming in. Hi, Luna. She's good at opening the door, but she's not really good at closing it. Okay, so God has all this water on our planet, and a lot of it is salt water. And all the water flows from lakes and down rivers, and they end up in the ocean. How do we get all this, fresh water again? Well, let's find out. Something called evaporation. Oops. If you've ever gone to the shore and you go into the ocean, you know that water's salty. It's rather icky. Not really fun to drink. In fact, very unhealthy to drink, so don't drink the water in the ocean. Bring it in. And God uses the sun to heat the water, and it evaporates and rises up to the clouds. Ick. Just like being at the Jersey Shore. Now, our little lake goes in here. Our lake is empty right now. But God's going to send the sunshine. You can get it to cling to anything but what you want it to cling to, right? And it causes the ocean water to evaporate. The ocean water evaporates and rises up to the sky. That's our plastic wrap. And if you've ever been in the mountains, you know that the higher up you go, the colder it gets. In fact, it's colder up there, up in the sky. If you've ever been in an airplane, you know it gets really cold outside the airplane, because the further away you get from the earth, the colder it gets. Now the hardest part. We have to be patient. This is going to take like 10 minutes. Oh, by the way, you can do this at home too if you want. And as Mr. Josh would say, all you need is your adult to help you boil some water, and a couple of bowls, and some salt, and some plastic wrap, thingy of ice, and you can see if you can make rain. What we'll do is we'll pause this, maybe as Emily will put some sort of cool thing up there, and we'll come back in 10 minutes. Okay, I'm back. Actually, it was 12 minutes because, well, Luna had to go bark at a squirrel. But I think things have been going on, because at the top of on the plastic wrap, There's condensation. That's the evaporation happening. And it was cooling. And let's see. Our cloud here. Oops, let me grab that. Ooh, there's water. We collected some rainwater. Now here's the big test. Does it taste salty? Or has it been cleaned of the salt? Hey, fresh water. That's kind of like how God does it. God takes the salty water, evaporates it, sends it up into the clouds, cools it off, and cleans up all the stuff that we don't need, and sends us pure water. God's little watering system. Pretty cool experiment. Something you could do at home too. But think about that. God takes all of that salt water and puts it up in the clouds and puts it then here on where we need it. So remember, we got to make sure we take good care of the water we've been given. You want to join me in a word of prayer? Dear God, we thank you for the life-giving water, the water that quenches our thirst, the waters that wash us in baptism. Help us to take care of that water, make sure that it's safe for everybody to use. Amen. I don't have a real waterfall, but kind of like the little experiment. Kind of make it happen, not the way God makes waterfalls, but, I'll turn the pump back on. Well, let's see the water flow. The fish like it. Oop, there it is.